It was a bright morning. The train was slowly pulling away from the station, the wheels screeching lightly against the rails. The seats were filling up with people from all walks of life, families, couples, lone travelers with headphones on, and elderly people clutching their luggage like precious memories. In the middle of the coach, by the window, sat a 24-year-old young man, accompanied by his father, a gentle-looking elderly man with kind eyes and a calm demeanor. The boy seemed overly excited, almost like a child going on his first ever journey. As the train picked up speed, the young man pressed his face against the window and suddenly exclaimed, "Dad, look! The trees are going behind us!" The father smiled softly, as though this was a moment he had long waited for. He didn't say much, just nodded and smiled. A young couple sitting nearby noticed the boy's behavior. The woman whispered something to her partner, and both looked at the boy with a strange mix of amusement and pity. A few moments later, the boy clapped with joy and shouted again, "Dad, look! The clouds are running with us!" Now the couple could no longer keep quiet. The man leaned forward and whispered to the father, "Sir, have you thought about consulting a good doctor for your son? He seems mentally unwell for a grown man." The father looked at the couple and smiled, his eyes glistening with a quiet emotion. He replied gently, "We just came from the hospital. My son was blind from birth, and today he got his eyes. He's seeing the world for the very first time." The coach fell silent. The couple's expressions melted from confusion and pity to shock, and then shame. The silence wasn't just in their voices, but in their hearts. That young man didn't care about looking mature. He didn't care about how others would judge him. He was too busy celebrating the miracle of sight, a gift he had lived without for 24 years. He didn't complain about the years he had lost. He didn't cry about what he couldn't do. Instead, he was in awe of the present. Every cloud, every tree, every fluttering bird outside the window was a festival to him. And yet, people judged him. They laughed at him. They misunderstood him. We see people for a few seconds and assume we know their life. We judge their actions, their expressions, their behavior, all without knowing what storms they've survived or what miracles they've just witnessed. Sometimes, that quiet woman on the bus has just lost her job. That angry man in the queue may be fighting anxiety. That overly joyful boy on the train, he just got his eyes after 24 years of darkness. And you're not just a viewer in this world. You too have a story. Maybe it hasn't been easy. Maybe your battles are invisible, but they are real, and they make you who you are. There are two kinds of people in every situation, those who judge and those who understand. The couple on the train chose judgment until truth opened their eyes wider than the boys ever could. Ask yourself, do you judge people on first sight, or do you give them space to be human? Do you assume the worst or allow room for understanding? Kindness costs nothing, but it means everything. Imagine how different the moment would have been if the couple had simply smiled. If they had chosen to share in the boy's joy instead of reacting with sarcasm. In a world where everyone is fighting their own war, a kind word is more powerful than you think. So the next time someone acts differently, remember, maybe they just got their sight. Maybe they just lost someone. Maybe they're holding themselves together with invisible tape. This story isn't just about the boy. It's about you. Maybe you've been judged unfairly. Maybe you've been misunderstood, laughed at, left behind, but your story is still being written. There are chapters ahead filled with joy, love, success, and redemption. Don't let others define your worth. Don't let pity or judgment stop your journey. And above all, never forget the power of seeing life with new eyes. Just like that boy, every morning is a new beginning. Every second is a fresh chance. The world is full of trees running backward and clouds chasing your window, but only if you choose to see them. Everyone has a story in life, and sometimes the loudest souls are the ones who've been silent the longest. So before you speak, before you judge, before you laugh, understand, listen, learn, love, because the truth might just surprise you. If this story touched your heart, helped you see the world differently, or reminded you of your own strength, then don't forget to support us. Like the video, share this message, and hit the subscribe button for more powerful life lessons and motivational stories every week. This is not just a channel, it's a journey, and you're a part of it.